Hey, what's up, Barrels for Hope members? I know it's March, but it is our February live stream. So cheers to everybody. We're excited to be here. We have lots of updates for you. We've got some barrel pick information for you. We've got an upcoming NBC pick. We're going to taste this absolute banger pick tonight. So if you don't have that poured, get that sucker poured. I think we've already talked about it, but we haven't tasted it together. So, Josh, Kim, Joe, welcome. How are you guys tonight?
Doing great.
Yeah, except I'm sad. I was telling you backstage, the bottle's getting a little good. Yeah.
I'm doing a lot better now that I'm sitting down here and getting to drink some of this pour. I will note real quick, if you guys can see, that's the color of our Barrels for Hope pick. And at the behest of others here, if you can see that color difference, this glass has King of Kentucky in it.
Yeah.
And the Evernorth pick is like at least
Way
two shades darker.
Yeah.
It's so funny. When I posted the first pick of that, when we did it, I had two people message me and they were like, did you color correct the bottle and make it look darker? I didn't touch it. That's how dark this thing is.
So at the Whiskey Lounge, we were sharing. That's part of the reason why the bottle's low. I was sharing at the Whiskey Lounge. It's not all just me drinking it. But we had two King of Kentuckys there we were pairing to. But we also had an 11-year Four Roses single barrel. And the 11-year Four Roses single barrel looked like, I don't know, maybe you put a couple drops of yellow food coloring in water compared to it. Like it was, and people were shocked.
Yeah, this bottle's built different. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's worthy enough. I'll say this, it's worthy enough. Me working on a sticker for it because we didn't do one specifically. But I'm working on something kind of special. And there are some websites out there where you can just get like a one-off sticker made. Like I'll upload the file to whatever, and for like $5, you can get a sticker to put on it. We're going to call it Polar Proof, or it's what Lance dubbed it as. Or I don't know if that was Lance's idea or the more committee or whatever, but love the name, love Polar Proof. Call back to the winter storm. So I'm working on finalizing that just as soon as I get some time to do so. And that will be made available for you if you'd like to upload it and get a sticker made. So,
yeah, Polar Proof was my idea. I think someone might have thrown out F-Ice, but we didn't want to get political. So
that week, I'm pretty apolitical, but that week I was definitely feeling that way towards the ice storm. I'll tell you that
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it was something, man. It was quite the storm. But yeah, so when Josh, the NBC pick that's this month now, right? So we're coming right up on that. Is that the 20th?
March 20th.
Yeah, it will be 2 weeks from this Friday. So it will be March the 20th. If you're on the pick team, well, first off, let me say this quickly. We do still have space on the pick team if you can be in Nashville on March 20th. Let Kim know. Kim, who's coordinating the pick stuff? Let me know.
Yeah, they can let me know. That's fine. Earl's been doing some of it. Let any of us know.
Let any of us know if you want to be on the pick team. We've got a few spots. We had one person that had to back out, and we also have a few spots available. So if you want to be part, you can be a part. And it's going to be an awesome time. I'm going up there Monday to get a lay of the land on what barrels are available and what's singing right now. And we'll get some stuff lined up for you guys to pick from some pretty good barrels. So I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait. You need to take Mike a pour of this Evernorth and be like, hey, you guys got to beat this.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I don't think they'll have a problem. NBC's got some great stuff, man. I cannot wait to see what you guys are going to find.
It might push them into trying to get some of the Sagamore Rise.
I mean, yeah, because I think this was like a 5 or 6 year Is it? Does it say on the back? It does, doesn't it? 6 years. It is 6 years.
6-year Sagamore ride.
Just, I mean, the color on that is
Well,
insane.
so I'd be more interested in the barrel details. Like, what are the barrels they're using? What are the seasoning level? What's the toast?
So it was a Kelvin barrel. I know that. I don't know what the seasoning was though, but it was a Kelvin barrel.
I would imagine probably either a pretty high seasoning, or is Calvin? They never even returned my phone calls when I tried to call them. Are they doing any of the zebra type barrels or etched barrels, or where they're like scoring the inside? Or have you guys, anybody ever heard of them doing any of those kind?
I don't think so. Not that I've seen.
I've never heard any of that. I just hear they do it the old school way, where they don't run it automated at all. They're just firing up the barrels themselves, and it runs for however long they feel like it needs to run. And I do know that they'll do like toasted heads a lot of times. But other than that,
well, a toasted and uncharred head would make sense, and actually a lower char would make sense, especially at 5 years old. To pull that much color, the problem is with heavier chars, the younger it is, the whiskey doesn't really have enough time to get deep into the wood. You're just getting, it takes longer to get through that char layer. Which people might think, oh man, that char, that's where all the color and stuff's going to come from. It's not. It's behind that char layer.
Yeah,
makes sense. So I guess we'll go to we didn't hear back on the donation bottles this month, so I don't have any new news to report to you there. So since we're talking about barrel picks and NBC, I guess Josh, you can tell them about the other exciting pick we have coming up.
Yeah, so like you said, NBC's coming up. And then around, and also, by the way, if you didn't see it on Discord, we have secured an Elijah Craig barrel proof toasted barrel that I don't think they make bad ones of those. Also, they're very hard to get. Like, I've been trying to get one for stuff in whiskey, very difficult picks to get. So for us to be able to get one, amazing. Separate and apart from those two, we have a Larceny barrel proof pick that's happening right on the front end of our event, our annual event this summer. And I think I see Brian Miller in chat. He'll be there. Earl will be there. Joe will be there. I believe Joe, I haven't confirmed that with you. Joe's going to be there. And I might just be hanging around with a camera, in the vicinity, because somebody's got to document this thing. So
yeah, and I already told Josh I'd share with them.
Yeah. They're not pouring another setting, but somebody's got to do the heavy lifting of the video work. So I volunteer as tribute. So that's happening. And then we also have what is going to be a very exciting experience, and this will be a VIP ticket in addition to the regular ticket. And this will be it will be at Lux Row, but it's a Yellowstone 250th anniversary pick. And this is amazing. Look at this bottle, guys. If there was ever a Barrels for Hope looking bottle, this is it right here. Super, super, super cool. You can see it celebrating 250 years of independence. We got some American Spirit on there. It's just beautiful. There's only 250 barrels made available for this program. It's going to be bottled at 100 proof. Super, super looking forward to this one. I don't know how much you guys know about Yellowstone single barrels. They can vary pretty widely. And if you get a really good one, oh boy, they are so good. I'm a little biased too, because Yellowstone was one of my very first barrel. It wasn't my first barrel pick ever, but it was my second barrel pick ever, with a local club and a local store. And I don't know. I've always just been such a big fan of Yellowstone picks. So to be able to get in on these like super select barrels of this 250th, and honestly, like, I'm the one talking about it, but only just to kind of spread the love around, because Kim set this whole thing up. So hats off to Kim for getting that one for us.
Yeah, big shout out to Kim for hooking that up.
And I think this is our first pick with a tin, right? Is this our first whiskey nerd kind of tater packaging here. It's our first one with a tin.
Yeah, I believe so. We'll have to get another good sticker for that one too. I mean, the 10's probably enough, but we got to have Barrels for Hope on there somewhere.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, just like in the upper corner up there, just how we did on like the ECBP founding picks and everything like that. That would look so good on the back of there with the flag on the front behind the statue. Oh, dude, yeah. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, that's exciting. So Kim, well done, man. Well, way to set that up and hook that up. I know that took some work. So because they to get one of the 250, I don't think was easy. So luckily we got one. So
and Kim can even clarify on details here, but there will be VIP tickets to be a part of this barrel pick. It is happening the Friday morning of the annual event. Is that correct, Kim? And we can have 50 people there, 50. So
Yeah.
it is going to be a good time. And there's going to be tours, which if you've never toured Luxro, it is an incredible facility. I've toured it once. I can't wait to go back and do it again. And then the other thing too is as part of the VIP ticket price for being part of the pick, lunch, right, Kim?
Yep.
And some other stuff. Like, what are they doing? They're shutting the distillery down. Or
Would you
the
like me to
gift
start
shop.
the event?
Oh, my God.
that's a good segue. Let's just throw it to Kim to talk
Yeah.
about the
All right.
event.
Let me just get out of the way.
So y'all, I'm so excited about this event. And I know I said we would have tickets out for sale by now, but we've been trying to finalize some of these details, like securing this Yellowstone bottle. So it just took a little bit longer. But they should be out there in the next week or so. We are just finalizing all the details. So we will have 2 different tickets this year. One is a reserve ticket that will include a bottle share on both Friday and Saturday nights. And if you have not bottle shared at the Fairfield Inn in Bardstown, you are in for a treat. It is the most epic bottle share I have ever been to on multiple occasions. It's amazing. And amazing they just let us do that as well. So that'll be both Friday and Saturday nights. During the day on Saturday, we are going to split up into teams and have a friendly little scavenger hunt. And so it'll be an app on your phone. It'll be going through Bardstown. You can walk off some of your pours from the night before, get ready for some more that night. But we'll be in teams. We'll learn a lot about Bardstown and Kentucky and bourbon, and I think it'll be super fun. Working on one final thing for that. So TBD, maybe something else a little bit special for Saturday. And then Saturday night will be the main event. So we will have transportation between the Fairfield and the venue. It is very close. I mean, it is, a quarter of a mile or something, I think, but it is across a very busy street. So we will have a little shuttle bus that will just go round and round between the hotel and the venue so that everyone gets there and gets back safely. At the venue, we have some amazing food planned. We'll once again have an open bar. Josh hasn't confirmed it, but I do think he's going to batch up his special old fashions again this year.
I can make that happen.
We'll present checks. We'll have some music. We'll have a good time and then head back to the Fairfield for another bottle share that night. So then Josh talked a little bit about the VIP ticket. That will be the other ticket we have. So it includes everything I just talked about, plus the event on Friday. And so we will go, we'll have to get to Lux Row by like 9:30, 9:45, start there at 10 o'clock. It will be a tour. We'll do a barrel tasting in the Rick House. We'll split up into 2 groups, about 25 each. To then have lunch, and they're giving us 20% off gift card purchases that day. They are shutting down the distillery for everyone else while we are there for a few hours. So I think it'll be super fun. One thing to note is everybody will be responsible for their own transportation to and from Lux Row. That said, we'll be able to buddy up, and I think enough people will have vehicles there that we'll let you all jump in with them if you don't have one. And that'll be true for going to downtown Bardstown on Saturday as well. And this is to make continue to really focus on having great experiences for you all, but keeping the ticket price to something a bit reasonable. Transportation is one of the most expensive things that we could add. So I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you all again. The hotel block is up. If you missed that post or don't have the link, email me, kim@barrelsforhope.com, and I will get it to you. Those hotel rooms will close a month before the event. They are also cancelable 2 days before the event. So if you think you might come, go ahead and get it booked. And if you change your mind later, you can cancel.
Awesome. Yeah, man, I am so excited. And we have confirmed how much we're donating this year, right? We can share that, like, officially, or can we not?
I wish Brian was on to say yes.
Brian's in chat. He can if we can confirm.
Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
He can post.
Thumbs up or thumbs down. My point in that is you guys are going to want to be there for sure. It's going to be a huge celebration. Thanks to you guys, what we've been able to donate in just 3 years is pretty awesome, and it's helped. He said yes.
Said yes.
So we are donating another 50,000 this year. So that brings us to 140,000. So you guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting this and believing in us. And it's really been awesome. It's been awesome to kind of walk this journey with everybody and be able to do some good in the world, especially during all this time. It's really good to just break away from everything and just focus on what's important, and that's helping community and helping those people that need it. So big shout out to all of you guys. You're the reason this thing goes. We really love you guys.
Amen.
Yep.
Amazing, guys.
Hey, one other event.
No, I'm reeling over here. That's amazing. Amazing.
It's
yeah.
amazing.
So we want to celebrate with as many of you as possible. So if you can be at the year-end event this year, please be there. Kim's put so much hard work into this year after year, and it's we say it every year, but you just don't connect with people as much online as when you're there in person and you experience it and you watch Josh and I cry. So just be there.
And
Mini
one
man
thing
tears.
to look out for this year that we're doing a little bit different is ticket sales. So we are going to use the GiveButter platform. So it's the same thing we did the auction on last year. We'll do the auction on it again this year, but we'll also do ticket sales through it. And so I think it'll be super easy. You won't have to go fill out a form and wonder if it got submitted or not. Brian won't have to invoice you. So we're trying to streamline that and just make it super simple for everyone as well.
Yeah. And then you're already signed up for the auction if you have a GiveButter account. So you're ready to go for that too. Just come and get all the bottles except whichever one of these I'm bidding on.
Another good segue. If that's all the year-end event news that's on, we can go ahead and pour this bad boy.
Mine's been poured and getting some air into it. I've been
mine too.
Sampling a little smattering here, and on the I pointed out the color difference, but like on the nose, the Evernorth pick is it. King of Kentucky can take a seat right now because this Evernorth pick is showing up and showing out.
That's so
The
crazy.
Evernorth is so much richer and sweeter on the nose than the King of Kentucky.
Which is
I'm
crazy.
You thought at first it sounded crazy when I was talking about comparing it to the King of Kentucky, but it's
look, I'm just glad I didn't oversell it. I thought I was overselling it to everybody. I was like, this thing's so amazing, but apparently not.
You know, my policy on that is I never want to hype anything up too much because I don't. It's way better to just be like, oh, yeah, it was a great movie. And then somebody goes and sees it. And they're like, dude, that was amazing. Why didn't you tell me it was so good? And you're like, well, I didn't want to like oversell it, you know. But also, it's like when I use this analogy sometimes when people come to our house and I make food. Like I'm eating the food too. I know whether it's really good or not. So if it's not, you can be really like Kim and Mark came over to our house one time and I made tri-tip and I cooked it too much and they were so kind and they said it tasted really good. It was not good.
Great.
It was not good, but it was not good. But there have been plenty of times where I've made food where it is really good. And I'm like, look, I know the food's good. If you got a problem with it, that's your problem. That's not my problem. So, and this whiskey right here, this whiskey's good. If you don't like it, that's all right. But
if you don't like it, Josh wants you to send it to him because
we can recycle that bottle for sure.
Mark said it was really good, John.
And that's how kind Kim and Mark are. You can overcook a tri-tip for them and they will still tell you it's good.
Okay, Josh makes it sound so much worse. He is just ultra critical of himself.
And they're Texans, man. Tri-tip,
Yeah.
dude.
It was my first time ever trying one too.
Did you smoke it? Did you smoke the tri-tip?
Yeah. I made a miscalculation. We need to
The
do over.
seasoning was amazing.
So yeah, when I smoke tri-tips, the greatest thing about them is it takes like an hour and it's at 120 and you can just pull it out and then it's perfect. It does like you don't have to do those things very long.
Josh, you didn't try and do it like a brisket, did you?
No. I think it was not a great cut or something. You know, like sometimes you just get them and they cook weird. You know,
Yeah.
It's the meat game. Sometimes it turns out great. Sometimes it doesn't turn out as well as you'd like it to. That's all.
Wait a minute. You mean you're not ordering all your meat at $300 a pound from the online specialty butchers?
I'm too broke for that. I spend all my money on whiskey.
Yeah, sure. What do you guys? What notes are you guys getting in this?
Man, to me, there's just like this like molasses. There's syrupy sweetness, and then like this like I call it a root beer note, but it's crazy dark.
The tobacco on the finish is my favorite part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still on the nose.
Yeah, jammy fruit, tobacco. There's a savory note and the sweet note at the same time on it.
For sure.
Actually, on the note, so I just made it an hour ago because the guys at the distillery requested it for lunch. I've been making some bacon jam, like homemade bacon. And so, it's the bacon, onions, and I use apple cider vinegar and brown sugar. And on the nose, there's a little brightness. And it's almost like that when you have that apple cider vinegar and the brown sugar and the bacon cooking down in the pan right there for because I'll cook that for 40 minutes, just down into a syrup. And it's kind of like that.
Mm.
Joe, after saying all that, all I can think of is bacon wrap dates.
Yeah, bacon wrap dates. That's perfect.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
That's a really good call.
That's a really good call because that captures that savoriness with the sweetness.
Bacon wrap dates sounds so good. That would be the perfect pairing for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
This to me is so Kelvin barrels, like good Kelvin barrels, like sometimes National Barrel Company, I feel like our first National Barrel Company pick definitely had some of these qualities to it with that sweet and also savory note to it. I get that. I've gotten that at Kelvin barrels at multiple different distilleries with multiple different whiskey types. There's this beautiful way that it's almost like, I don't know, I call it almost like a teriyaki twang or something. It's just this sweet and savory type of note. And the way it comes across at Hazmat, which is the first time I've ever had that at Hazmat, it's almost like if you smell an empty Kelvin barrel that just held whiskey, if you could just go in there and scrape off all the char from the side of the barrel and then put that in a cheesecloth and then squeeze it out, it's almost like it's the extract from the barrel char bits that are in this glass, and it is amazing.
It reminds me of the Middle West Pumpernickel Rye, but it's Big Dad that's 70% better.
Mike,
it's crazy because that was already off.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not Sagamore's normal rye. It's 52 rye, 43 corn, 5 malted barley, but it is Sagamore.
Yeah, so it's barely rye, but
that is, man. Yeah, I don't even in a blind. I don't know that I would call it a rye. It feels very bourbony. I'd probably think high rye bourbon. I wouldn't even call it Sagamore. Like I don't know what
I
I
would
would.
never guess this was Sagamore in a blind.
I don't know what I would think it is. I would just think it was probably like 127 proof, absolutely mind-blowing whiskey.
I will say, Patrick that was on the pick, and he's, he lives up there, so I think he goes to Evernorth a lot. We were tasting this blind. We didn't know what it was, and he instantly thought it was a Sagamore rye. So they must have some barrels that are pretty close to that they've had out before. But I know for a fact none of them ever proofed at Hazmat. And I think after ours was bottled, I saw they had a couple more bottled at Hazmat. I think they were all from the same lot they had just got in, so they were all proofing pretty high.
Wow, man. There's almost no indication, like on the palate, other than the fact that the flavor is huge and the finish lasts forever. There's not, dude, you guys had to have been so confused when this thing proofed at Hazmat because it literally tastes like 100 high 120s max.
We were all guessing 125 when we tasted the blind, and I think Dan and Sean were pretty convinced it was 125 till they proofed it, and then they just kept proofing it over and over because they couldn't believe it was Hazmat.
This is 127, and it drinks with more of an ethanol edge than the Sagamore does at 140.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Terry said you would think this would have been a very short barrel. There were 148, I believe, bottles.
Yeah, if it were much older, that number could have gone down quite a bit. The fact that it was 6 years is why we were able to pick it as a pick.
Well, even at that age, though, 148 bottles, that's still pretty low yield for that age.
Yeah. Even
you're talking normal barrels around that age. You should be hitting mid 160s to 180 bottles, give or take, is what you really should be hitting.
Terry, I can't remember what the char level was. All I know is a Kelvin barrel. I might have that in my footage, but I don't know if I do.
Mike said it sounds close, like similar to Sagamore 10-year, but like way cranked up. So the Sagamore 8 years, I really like because they were more sweet bourbony style of flavors. And I can kind of see a little bit of a parallel there to this. It's just so hard to compare it because it's so, when you hit this threshold, like, I mean, I think our Still Austin rye pick did this. I think our very first National Barrel Company pick did this. It's just like you hit this level of such a concentrated, impactful pour that it doesn't even, like, I've bought plenty of special releases that don't do what these things do, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, I think we've talked about it backstage plenty of times, and we've mentioned on live streams a few times as well. It's like this is why I hunt single barrels, and I don't really care all that much about limited edition releases too much anymore, because I mean, I do care about them, and I want to try to get whatever's of interest to me. But if I strike out, I'm certainly not crying myself to sleep, because we can get things like this. And this is, I mean, I'm tasting it right next to a King of Kentucky. And this is a zero contest. This is like a Mike Tyson KO, first round knockout in the first 15 seconds type of experience right now.
So I just added, and I haven't done this before yet with the bottle. I just added maybe 3 drops to about that much, 3 drops of water. And I haven't tasted it yet, but the nose even got stronger with a few drops of water.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that what's King of Kentucky now? SRP 250, or is it more than that now?
300.
300.
And what's it secondary still? 1,600?
1,200 to 2,000. Probably 1,400 to 2,000.
I think they gave us a discount on this, so shout out to Evernorth. Since we're a charity organization, they did give us like a 15% discount or something. But I think the SRP on these were like 65 or 59 a bottle or something insane, and we got them for less than that. So that's just incredible.
This has skyrocketed for me into our top 3 favorite picks. For me,
I said top 5 just because I was trying to like hedge a little bit, because I was like, I'm talking this thing up too much. I'm so glad you guys agree with me.
You know what's crazy too is like if you watch Stuff and Whiskey, you guys know like we always say Aaron's the rye guy, and I'm more of the bourbon drinker, and I'd have to go back and taste them all to be for sure, but like 2 of my top 3 picks are rye.
Yeah,
my favorite. It's that's Still Austin Rye. I absolutely adore that thing.
I do too, man.
Me
Thing
too.
is ridiculous.
And that's 4 years old, barely. And then this is a 6-year-old rye. Like, what in the world? And our first NBC pick.
And the New Holland pick is just so awesome in a different way. It's completely different than anything we have. I love that. But there are some people that told me they don't like that pick. I'm like, I will buy your bottle because that thing is
100%. Yeah. Yeah. If you don't,
they don't like the Walleye Rye.
Yeah.
What?
I've only heard it from a couple people, but I'm like, I will buy your bottles.
I think so I do think there is something to that. Like, you know, we do want to go pick like really good, cool, interesting whiskey for you guys. But, you know, sometimes it maybe doesn't land for you. And I am seeing that there is, and we always want to be careful to toe this line as to what's all right and what's not all right. But, you know, there have been a little bit of talks of like, this pick didn't really land for me over on Discord. And then other people are like, I really love that one. This other one didn't land for me. And it's like, maybe they connect off server in private messages or something like that and work out a little deal or something. I don't know what's going on in people's private messages, and that's not any of our business. But if you ever do get a pick that isn't really landing for you, first off, what I would encourage you to do is give it some time and like try it on 3 different days over a month while the bottle gets some air and while your palate kind of adapts to what's going on with it. And then if you still don't love it, you know, post up in Discord that it wasn't really your jam. I guarantee you there's probably most people that it will be their jam. And you can probably find a way to rehome it to a neighbor who is more than willing to help you out. Which is a great segue, by the way, real quick. If you don't like this, Josh at barrelsforhope.com.
Here was my analogy, Josh. For people that didn't like New Holland, I said, I remember like taking my kids out to sushi for the first time, and all they had was chicken nuggets and ketchup. And they were so used to chicken nuggets and ketchup that sushi was just weird. So if you didn't like the New Holland pick, quit being a child.
Put your chicken nuggets down.
Yeah,
dude, that's
I'm joking, but there's some truth to that. I think sometimes when you taste something that's just out of the norm or unique or different, it takes a little bit to get used to it.
Yeah.
So when our kids were little, we used to starve them all day. And then when we were going to cook something new and then make something brand new for dinner, and they loved it. Like salmon was their favorite food when they were 8 years old.
Brilliant.
See, Renee and I would buy fillets for ourselves and then get them like the cheapest steak we could find.
Also brilliant. My daughter is so bougie, man. Like it's almost like pulling teeth to try to get her to just order some chicken tenders somewhere if she doesn't want something that's on the menu. But she's like, can't we just go for sushi, Dad? And I'm like, sushi or some medium rare filet? And I'm like, you need to relax, child. This is a Mexican restaurant.
Oh, that's funny. Terry said he put our Still Austin Rye in a blind against Tanager too. Wow. Tanager is fantastic too.
I've had both of those and I would pick our rye over that all day long. I agree.
Yeah, our rye, you guys on the pick team for that one, Kim, did amazing. That was fantastic. Danny said, last 2 picks for fantastic walleye rye was Fire and Evernorth is 2 fires.
Yeah, I will. Trust me, I'm going into NBC on Monday to talk about barrel selection. And I'm going to let them know that we've had some incredibly good barrels that have come out lately. And they got to bring the heat. Of course, they are completely donating this barrel to us. So
yeah,
we
that's
can't
true.
exactly be the most picky about it. Like it's saving us somewhere in the neighborhood of like $15,000, probably $15,000, $20,000. So
yeah, that's incredible. Well, if you find, if you find another one that's fantastic, hit up Brian real quick and say, hey, can we do this for year 5? And ask him to hold on to it for us.
Bookmark this to the side.
Yeah.
They got all kinds of fun stuff up in. And this is where did we talk about this on the last live stream, or was this kind of a behind the stage thing? Like, there's something to be said for going to places like Evernorth and Nashville Barrel Company, and like going and doing a larceny barrel pick is going to be amazing. Yellowstone
And
picks is gonna be amazing. Like it's good to do the legacy stuff, but it's also good to do. And I know that some people kind of get a little bit. I do know not I won't say people in our group necessarily, but just kind of the overall whiskey sphere can get a little down on non-distilling producers. But the beautiful thing about these places is that you go and you get to taste through. First off, they get different cool stuff, and then you get to taste through different things until you find exactly what you want, and it just like, if we ever got a Buffalo Trace pick, and we're working on, as we've already talked to you guys about, a Weller 107 pick, but if we get that, we're going to go in, they're going to give us 4 samples. We're going to pick the best one of the 4. And if we're like, you got anything else we could taste? They're going to be like, no. So, this wasn't one of the first 4 that was tasted. It's just cool to be able to go to places like this. Like, we're going to Backbone. Backbone, if you want to go on a really cool barrel pick experience, try to get to the Backbone pick when we get that set up. Because, like, you're going to be tasting a bunch of stuff. Like, find some maybe liver bolstering supplements prior to the pick. Because, like, you will go and you'll taste like 20 barrels at Backbone.
Bring your Z-Biotics.
Yeah, Z-Biotic, everything. Liquid IV.
So this one was in the first 6 we did, but then afterwards, we still tasted another, I don't know, probably 8 or 9 barrels. But I mean, the pick was over. We knew when we tasted this, everybody, but we were just like, the pick ended too soon. We want to taste what else you got. So we tasted a lot more, but we knew we were done.
Yeah, I have been on picks where it's the first barrel. I'm like, wow, this first barrel is incredible. How are they going to get any better than this? And then they don't get any better, and you're like, well, that was a short pick.
It was like that, Kim. Remember at New Holland, we tasted the barrel we picked, but it was like the opposite. They're like, well, we have these other ones. We're like, nope, don't even need it. It's this one. Down. Don't even need to go anywhere else.
And to be clear, guys, we do the hard work of tasting more barrels after that just to make sure we get the best.
Right.
But
it's right.
Yeah, so I mean, somebody's got to do the heavy
Right.
lifting.
Yeah, we probably tasted about 4 or 5 more barrels after that, Kim. Some stuff that they weren't releasing. Like, we're not going to release this. You can't have this, but do you want to try it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Ed, I think it's near Indy, right? Isn't Backbone near Indy?
Yep. Yeah. It's right outside Indy. Echo Juliet, thank you.
We are here for you.
Dude, this Essence pick is just, the more I drink it, I did add 3 drops of water to Joe's point. Like, this thing is like, it's like Dr. Pepper put on the Christian Bale Batman suit. And like, if he had an official drink, it would be like the dark version of Dr. Pepper.
So, what did you think adding the drops of water? What did it change it for you? Did it improve it for you? What are your thoughts?
Oh, I don't. It did change it. It definitely didn't improve it, but it didn't make it any worse either. I feel like it made the oak quite a bit different. I noticed that the first sip, way different on the oak, little less like barrel char extracty and a little bit more tannic but punchy, like not necessarily punchy, but like tannic but present. And then just the more I sipped it, the more the fruity, like that Dr. Pepper, but like skewing way dark. Like
Yeah.
the Dr.
Well, I thought it amped up the nose. Like it did change the palate,
So-
but the nose is just so much more now.
Yeah, when we did the pick, they included 2 of these barrels in our pick, and this was the 6th sample we did. The 5th sample, I thought the nose on the 5th sample was better, but the palate was still fantastic on the 5th, and I probably could have picked either one on any given day. And I thought on ours the nose wasn't quite as good on the 6th as the 5th, but the palate was so good. And the finish on this thing is that tobacco that just hangs, and then you get like this heat in the back of your throat that just, it's not overpowering heat. It's like if you had your feet at your fire, and it's just like a warm, and it just sits in the back of your throat for so long. I just freaking love it. And so the palate and the finish on the 6th one put it over the 5th. Whoever got that 5th barrel is fantastic. They got a good pick as well. But yeah, so the nose wasn't my favorite on first smell, Joe, when we were there. But if you let it open up in the glass, it gets way better, I think.
Oh yeah.
Dude, one thing I love to do is smell empty glasses. And it's even better after they've had a chance to dry down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like give it 30 minutes or so and then smell an empty glass. But
So that's
this
why you
right
get
here-
kicked out of all those parties. You just go around smelling people's empty glasses.
Yeah. We're like, what is this weirdo doing? Get lost. You guys know those bottle cap candies?
Oh, that's a perfect call out. Yeah.
Yeah. That smells like a straight up bottle cap.
100%.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I love that so much.
Oh, it's so good, man. You're right.
It's just the powdery dust on it and everything. Oh,
Yeah, that's 100%.
Dude.
It's got that cola note to it.
yeah.
Man.
It's like a rich cola note with like a powdery sugar dust on it. Oh, so
Yeah,
good.
I can see that.
Yeah, I
Cigar
can
whiskey,
Yeah, the tobacco on the finish is just so good on it.
I finished my glass, so I'll have to slum it with this King of Kentucky because I didn't finish that. Dude, I'm serious. Like, if it's for sharing with other people, my answer to these 2 bottles would be both. Because, like, I would want to, like, if we had company over, I'm like, you got to try this. And then I would pour them this blind, and they would be like, oh, dude, how are you even stepping up from this? but if it's for me to drink, I'm being honest. Like, if this is just for me to enjoy personally myself, I'd rather drink this than this bottle right
I
here.
I told you.
Now,
Tim, what do you think?
I agree. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not being biased. Like, I do have this is a crazy statement, but people are very generous. We do have another King of Kentucky in that cabinet. This is the one that's out of that 10, but we have another one in that cabinet right there. I guarantee you Aaron would rather drink this Evernorth pick because the one in there, to me, I prefer that one in there to this one. This one's a little softer. That one in there to Aaron tastes like Raid ant spray for some reason. It's just got like a really strong acetone note on it that Old Fort or Brown Foreman stuff can get. But even still, like on memory, I prefer like this is
It's special whiskey, man.
good job, y'all.
Yeah, it's my number one is NBC. That's the GOAT. The first NBC barrel we did is the GOAT. And then it's a toss up for me between the Still Austin Rye and this rye is my second, third favorite, I think, picks we've done. They're both so good.
Yeah, it's so tricky because we've had so many good picks too. Like you had mentioned the walleye, the Middle West. I keep mentioning Rise. What's wrong with me?
No, man.
Yeah.
It seems like that's part of everybody's journey where they say they're not a rye person and then they slowly start. I think there's just more complexity to them, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I think, okay, so I remember when I started and I was a big Weller 107 fan. And I liked the sweetness. I liked everything about what Weller is, especially at 107 proof and all that stuff. So then when I started getting into other pours and started comparing it to other things like Rare Breed and 1920, I was like, man, feels like there's something missing. You know, it just like when you get used to rye-based bourbons or really good rye whiskeys, and like the rye whiskeys I drank were like Bullet Rye, Rittenhouse, you know, Pikesville, and Pikesville's fine, but like Pikesville ain't anything like what we've picked. And so I just kind of dabbled in kind of like quote unquote regular ryes. And what I found out is I just like really bougie ryes. I'm very rye taste, you know?
Hence that Mike's rye behind you.
Yeah. Like I'll eat a trash cheeseburger. Don't get me wrong. I'll pick up a cheeseburger off the ground that I didn't even see who dropped it and eat that and love it. But if I'm eating steak, I want to eat a really good cut of steak. And I honestly feel like that's a little bit like bourbon and rye. If it's really good rye, man, hard to beat.
It is hard to beat. Mike said surprise over last year was Green River. I just had that the other night and I was like, man, this was good. It was fantastic.
I put our Four Roses pick up there pretty high too.
Yeah, our Four Roses is up there.
Me too.
It is up there. And I think we've told you guys we're always working on that, but who knows with all the changeover with Four Roses, how it's going to be.
Big news with the buyout there.
Yeah. I wonder. So we were, you know, just to open the kimono a little bit, we were trying to set up a Four Roses pick, and we were having conversations in meetings about, you know, the fact that the channels that we had gone through previously were not online. Like we were having some trouble figuring out what was going on exactly. And then the buyout news came out. So I do wonder if that had anything to do, like if everything was on pause until that dust settles. So we'll see.
Yeah, I found it interesting too, because I was, and this was not whiskey news or whiskey industry related. It was completely outside of it. It was like an NBC News brief or something like that, completely outside of the industry or whiskey too. And they were like, yeah, EJ Gallo Company has announced like a 15% layoff at their people at the winery and this and that. And they're, you know, claiming they're getting hit so bad with the tariffs and all this. And I'm like, no. They're probably cutting costs because they just spent $775 million buying Four Roses Distillery. That wasn't mentioned. Oh no, their 8% increase in their glass and their tariffs is causing the layoff. No, it's because they almost spent $1 billion last week. Okay.
God, that's so crazy.
We all feel that. You know, you overspend on whiskey a little bit on the monthly budget. You got to find ways to dial some other things back a little bit.
We're like, hey, we own Four Roses now. Awesome. We need to cut some costs now.
Yeah. Hang on, I got to call my wife. Hey, honey, I couldn't pass this deal up. You know, this is like a once in a lifetime thing.
So, and Kim, you can even ask Jess about this. I did that last week for, again, I had to take one for the team and go down to Louisville to pick an Old Forester barrel for the Whiskey Society. It was rough, but we walked into Evan Williams in the morning before the pick. And this was late morning, like 10:30, right? They've already been open for an hour and a half. Walk in, and there's 25 Old Fitz decanters sitting on the shelf. There's like 30 Pegasus bottles on the shelf. There's Distiller's Select on the shelf. Barrel Proof Toasted on the shelf. Their regular ECBP, Larceny, everything. All of it. And there's like 4 people in there. And they're like, yeah, you can have one of each. And so I'm calling, hey, so you know how you really like Old Fitz decanters? Yeah. You know how you really like Evan Williams single barrel? They have a 10-year 108 proof Evan Williams single barrel. She's like, oh, that sounds great. You should get that. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, there's been like 3 stores around here that have had Stag Junior Stag on the shelf this week. It's just like it's definitely changing out there.
Dude, I wouldn't trade our Evernorth pick for every single Stag bourbon that's released in the past 4 years.
I agree with that.
If you gave me all of them at once, I wouldn't trade them for that bottle.
Yeah, they've definitely declined. The ones I've had are just not as good. They're just not as good as they were.
They're good. They're just not as. I think once they started, I feel like when they dropped the junior and they started doing the single barrel program, I feel like some of the better barrels get routed that direction. And I think the batch product has taken a hit a little bit. That's just speculation. That's not insider knowledge or anything. I have zero insider knowledge of Buffalo Trace. They don't even know who I am.
Yeah.
Other than that weird guy that just keeps emailing them about getting a Stag pick.
I think that's all we've got, guys.
Yep.
If there's any questions last minute, drop them in chat. Speak now, forever hold your peace. We should have probably, I don't want to say anything. Tickets are coming soon for the annual event.
Soon, yes.
Soon. Get your hotel rooms. Do that. You want to be here for this thing because it's going to be super, super, super good.
And you want to get a room at the Fairfield. You don't want to wait too long.
Yes.
Then decide to go
Yeah.
and have to stay somewhere else. You don't want to have to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
Yep. And what I had posted in chat is I will put in Discord at least a few days before tickets go on sale, so you all know to be looking for it because VIP will be limited.
Yes. And Fairfield has a strict policy on the luggage carts leaving their hotel. So we cannot wheel you out on a luggage cart to a nearby hotel. We need to be able to put you on the luggage cart and wheel you to your room.
Yeah. Probably no sleeping in lobbies either.
Yeah, none of that. No. We need to be on our best behavior.
Not that that's ever happened on a pick we've been on, but
I will say it is cool. While I'm stalling slightly for time in case anybody has any last minute questions. But, one of the cool things about, I think the reason the Fairfield in Bardstown works so well, I mean, Bardstown is the bourbon capital of the world. And it's so cool because like you'll be down there and we'll have all of us down there, but then inevitably there are other groups staying there that they're in town for picks. And we've met other charities there. We've met other pick groups. We've met store owners. They bring cool bottles. We taste those. They taste bottles that we got. Like it is literally like a block party in the lobby. It is one of the most surreal, out of this world experiences ever. So you do not want to miss this. Not to mention the fact that we're contributing another $50,000 for charities, bringing us up to $140,000. So, like, come on, be there.
Great.
Crazy. All right, we love you guys. Cheers, everybody. We'll hope to bring you many more picks as good as this one, and we'll chat again next month. Love you guys.
Cheers,
Bye.
Lo. Love you guys.